Most people don't fail fat loss because they don't know what to do. Deep down, people know the basics. Eat less, move more, train, be consistent. The problem is, the way they try to do it is so miserable, they end up not sticking to it. And that's the biggest thing I'm learning at the moment, being 8 weeks into my own fat loss journey. Because I've lost weight before, I've also been in shape before, and I've also let myself go again. So this time I'm not trying to do it in the most extreme way possible. I'm trying to do it in a way that I can actually live with. So in this video, I want to talk about what's actually helping me lose weight without hating my life, because I think that's where a lot of people get it wrong. I genuinely think people overcomplicate fat loss, not because they're stupid, just because when they decide to lose weight, they decide to go all in straight away. Try to eat perfectly, they cut out all the carbs, all the sugars, they do hours of cardio, start training like they're prepping for something, and for about 5 days, sometimes 2 weeks, they feel locked in. Then reality happens. They're tired, they're stressed, they're hungry, they want something nice, their weight starts to fluctuate, then they miss a session and then they feel like they've failed. But I don't think the problem is a lack of discipline. I think the problem is that the plan only works on your best days. And if your fat loss only works when your mood is perfect, your energy's high, your food is all prepped, and life is going smoothly, it's not really a good plan. That's the biggest difference for me this time. I'm trying to build something that works on a normal day, not a perfect day, a normal day. And one of the biggest things that's helping me right now is not making my food miserable. And this is where I think a lot of people go wrong, because they think that fat loss has to be boring. Plain chicken, rice, no sauces, no treats, no enjoyment, just pure suffering. And I get why people think like that, because online, that's all you see people do is push that narrative. Like, if you're not miserable, it doesn't count. But for me, it just doesn't work like that. A good example is the protein pancakes I made, I think it was 2 weeks ago. I literally eat stuff like this while trying to lose weight. Peanut butter, jelly, peanut butter cups, Oreos, you name it. Whatever fits. And a lot of people will hear this and think, how are you eating all this stuff and able to lose fat? But that's exactly the point. If I hated my food, I would not stick to this. It's as simple as that. I'd rather build meals that I can actually enjoy and repeat over and over again than eat dry food like a robot for 10 days and then completely fall off. Because the truth is, fat loss is not about eating the cleanest foods on this planet. It's about eating in a way that helps you stay consistent long enough for you to see results. And for me, meals like that do exactly that. They make the process feel normal, they make it feel repeatable, and that matters way more than pretending to enjoy dry diet food because it looks disciplined. The second thing that's helping me a lot is just keeping training simple. I've trained for years, so I know a lot of exercises, I know a lot of methods, and I know a lot of ways of how to do things. But what I've realized is just because you know more doesn't mean that you actually have to do more, especially when you're trying to get back in shape. I think a lot of people make this mistake when they're trying to chase every routine, every new split, every trend, every exercise variation, thinking it's going to move them forward. For me right now, what's working is just the basics. A few good movements, done with effort, done properly, consistently, repeated for long enough to actually improve over time. That's it. I'm not trying to make every workout look impressive, I'm just trying to make it count. And I think that is a big mindset shift. Because when you're rebuilding in your 30s, you really don't need any more chaos. You need more repeatability. You need workouts where you can recover from, exercises you can track, and especially a routine that you're not second guessing. That's what's helping me the most. Less chasing, more doing. The next thing is learning to not let the scale completely change your mood. And I still have to remind myself of this because I'm not perfect when it comes to it either. If you're trying to lose weight, the scale can really mess with your head badly if you let it. You can do everything right, you can train hard, hit your calories every day, get your steps in, and then you look at the scale the next morning and your weight's gone up. Straight away you think in your head, have I done it wrong? What have I messed up? Did I eat something that I shouldn't have? But most of the time, it's not fat. It's usually water, sleep, sodium levels are a bit higher than usual, inflammation, it could be digestion, it could be so many factors and variables, so I wouldn't even stress about it too much. And I think this is where a lot of people sabotage themselves. They see one bad weigh-in and they start reacting emotionally. They slash calories, do extra cardio to try and catch up with it, panic, or just head loss altogether. Whereas what's helping me this time is just trying to zoom out more. Look at the trend, look at the weeks, not one random morning where your body's just doing whatever it wants to. Because one random weigh-in doesn't really tell you a lot about yourself. And if you let that one number decide how you've been going for the last, say, 3 or 4 weeks, fat loss going forward could be mentally exhausting. This one's probably the biggest one out of all of them. Your plan has to fit your real life. And I think this matters more when you're in your 30s, because your life is not the same as it was when you were younger. Your energy is different, your responsibilities are different, your recovery is different, your schedules are different. You can't really train like a young teenager anymore with basically no responsibilities and a lot of more free time in your hands. And you definitely can't fit a diet around some fantasy version of your life. For me, if the plan is too rigid, too time consuming or too demanding, it's eventually going to break. And now I think more in terms of, can I live with this? Can I still do this when I'm tired? Can I do this when my life's a little bit messy? That matters way more than if something's technically optimal. The best plan on paper means nothing if you can't actually stick to it. I'd rather do something slightly less perfect than something aggressive for 10 days and burn out. And that's probably why this time feels different for me. Not because I've discovered some secret, not because I've discovered something magical, because I'm approaching it in a way that actually respects real life. I'm currently 8 weeks in and I'm a long way off exactly where I want to be. I'm not pretending I've finished the job, but I am building it in a way that is a lot more realistic this time. And honestly, I think that's what a lot of people need to hear more. You do not need to hate your life to lose weight. You do not need to eat boring, bland food. You definitely don't need to train like a machine every day. And you do not need to panic every time the scale moves on its own. You just need a plan that works in real life and one that's not living in your head. So if you're trying to get back in your shape, especially in your 30s, and you're trying to juggle a normal life, focus on being less perfect and just being repeatable. That's what I'm trying to do this time. And if you're into fat loss, training, and the whole comeback process done properly, subscribe because I'm currently documenting all of it.